This is a tutorial video on watching the news. Just look at the screen and by the end of this video, you will have achieved one news. I am Chris, aka The Dark Wall, trademark, and this is GameWatt. Say hello, GameWatt. Nothing? That's rude. This week is Fireside. We are going to be looking at a randomly decided amount of Fireside articles and tell you why you should read them. Let's spin the wheel to find out how many articles we'll be reading today. It's 4. The first article is an interview by Indie Game Hunt. That alarm tells me that Indie Game Hunt is User of the Week. So let's do all Indie Game Hunt articles. Because it's easier to make an episode about just one person. That's why, okay? Shut up. From Fable to Spellraiser, a fireside chat with Dean Carter. Who is Dean Carter? He is one of the amazing people that used to work at Bullfrog on Dungeon Keeper, and then went on to create Big Blue Box Studios, and work with Lionhead on Fable. Spellraiser is Dean Carter's game from last year, an arcade bullet hell, mazy, shooty game with lots of neon. So if you want to know more about that, or just know more about Bullfrog and Fable behind the scenes, you should read this article. As the name suggests, Indie Game Hunt mostly hunts indies, and then keeps them as trophies in a very large collection of Fireside articles. I know we said we would do 4 articles, but I'm not very good with keeping promises. Here's 3 bonus articles. Quickfire. Dead End Road. This article is about a game of the same name. Spooky driving game, except it's slightly more complicated than that. Read the article to find out. Vampire of the Sands. You play as a mummy and enact a vendetta against vampires. This is a top-down action roguelike. To find out more, read the article. Pony Island. Starting as a Ludum Dare project, in this game the title screen is a literal puzzle you have to solve to get into the game. It's a metagame with lots of layers. Read the article for more. Now let's get back to the regular articles. Avoid these player pet peeves. This is for the game devs watching. A short list of things that game devs should be doing but sometimes forget. I suggest that if you're a starting developer, you read this article and use this as a checklist in your design documents. Finally, too good to be true, 5 canceled games. A list of 5 games that were unfortunately canceled, but you can still play them anyways. The first game on the list is The Wanderer, a top-down game inspired by the Souls series. Nothing has happened with this game since 2014. The developer has said they would like to return to it, however. You can play the current build now. There are 5-ish bosses, 3 mostly finished mini-bosses, some NPC interactions, and 40 areas to explore. There are 4 more games listed in the article. I highly recommend you read it yourself to find out what they are. That's all for now. This episode is over. Next week, we'll be recommending even more featured games and some underappreciated games that deserve more attention. This is GameWatt. Ooh, look at me. I'm the Dark Wall. I read no good. Stay in Uka. I'm a fish. This is what, literally that was what was written on the page. They write it in like a super small font, an odd font that's like all slanty and cursive-y, and they stop writing words around the time I said stay indie. Well, actually, look at me, I'm the Dark Wall. That was just my own, that was just me, I'm not gonna lie about that. Thanks a lot, Ma. Thanks a lot. This is great teamwork we have here at GameWatt. As you can see, I read words, Ma does everything else, including make me look like a jackass. Gotta love the team!